Hola
Hola,
Dolores,
¿cómo está?
muy bien, muy
Hola, ¿cómo
bien.
está?
Gracias, muy bien.
Muy
¿Y
bien,
tú, cómo estás?
muy bien, gracias. Hoy um, estoy muy cansada.
Ok, ok, genial, genial. Bueno, primero, for my students, for my new people that are watching this, she's Dolores. She's been working with me for 4 months and she started in April and now this is August. Now I want you, Dolores, if you want to introduce yourself, please, in Spanish.
Okay. So, hola, me llamo es Delores. Hace 4 meses
Sí,
yo aprendí con Nicholas.
sí,
Yo estoy muy emocionada
sí, sí.
porque puedo hablar más después 4 meses.
Sí, 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 exacto. Genial, genial. Y bueno, ¿y por qué tú quieres o por qué estás aprendiendo español? ¿Por qué tú querías aprender español?
So, well, first I want to let them know that my name is Delores,
Yeah.
right? And that what I stated was that for 4 months that I've been learning with you.
Yes. It was
And now,
5 hours per week, right? More or less
yeah,
5 hours
so
per week.
4 hours, right? For 4 months now, I started out with 5 hours a week.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to 4 hours because that was more manageable for something for me to stick with. But I have been doing that since April, and the growth that I've had in working with you has been like remarkable.
Yeah.
When we first started, I was very nervous about speaking the language. I was very uncomfortable. I came in with some background about the basics of Spanish. Um, but I was very clear with you. I'm an older student.
Yeah.
I am a business professional. I also am a mother, right? And so I needed a learning plan that aligned with how I learn now as an older adult, in something that I could track my progress. I know most people say the best way to learn the language is to immerse yourself in it. That's not an effective way for me. I needed a lesson plan. I needed to know what we were doing. I needed to know what to review. And you helped me with that. And I appreciated the fact that you listened and understood that I had a distinct learning style, and I committed myself to do the work in 4 hours a week and reviewing the work that you gave, even asking you for other suggestions, like, can
Yeah.
you read some of the writings or the
Mm-hmm.
stories that you gave me so I can listen to it in your native language? So that helped with my listening. So if you're thinking about connecting with Nicholas, this was the best
Great.
decision. I'm on a 12-month plan. I did go to a language immersive, place in Mexico
Yeah.
for a week, and I was right on target.
Yeah, yeah, and
I
that
was
was
on.
thanks to learn Spanish here, right? Because after
Yeah,
four
that was
months,
thanks to
then you
here.
became you became absolutely conversational in Spanish.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
speak every day. I think in Spanish.
yeah,
When we started, it was
yeah,
like I think maybe the second month, or more or
yeah.
less. Yeah, but in before the second month, we started to speak every class in Spanish, and now
Hmm.
you have this great level of conversational level. So
Yeah,
I have a
yeah.
question, Dolores, and I would like to ask you, how do you feel before working with me?
Um, I mean, I was excited. I mean, I did my research, and when I found you, and during the first session, I asked you questions, and I was clear on what I wanted. And what I appreciated was that you already had a system in place that you were able to tailor based on my learning needs. And that's what was important to me. Everyone doesn't learn the same. And so you already had a proven system in place that you then adapted to my learning style. And so that helped me stay on target. And so even the days where I felt like the information, I was like, oh, this is a lot of information. You always checked in. And I appreciate it. You said, are we okay? Was this okay? Do we need to do anything differently? And that's what's important. So it's not just about you making sure that I know the language, but how comfortable I am in the process of learning. You know, you pushed me, you didn't let me slack, right? And I appreciate, but you were very, very intentional about how you made sure that I stayed on target.
Yeah, yeah. Great, great. And now, how do you feel now after this 4 months? What do you
Oh
think of your
man,
Spanish now?
let me tell you, when I went to Mexico for 11 days, I was eager to jump in. I'm talking to everybody from, you know, the airport security, you know, to the staff that's working the different tiendas. You know, I'm speaking to everybody. So I had a level of confidence that I knew enough words because you helped me with vocabulary. You helped me with, you know, the grammatical side of it. Now it was time for me to put it to practice. So the work that we did, I was confident. My confidence was there.
Mm-hmm.
And even being okay with making mistakes. Like you said to me, you remember this phrase, como se dice,
¿Cómo se
right?
dice?
And repeat the por
Repita,
favor.
por favor,
And más
sí.
despacio, más
Más despacio.
despacio. So, right? And I utilize those terms. And I also asked people, you know, I wanted it to make sure that they were okay with me speaking, right, their language and letting them know, like, so yo hablo un poquito español,
Sí.
right? And so they knew. So I felt, yeah, you helped me a lot. I don't
Okay,
know what else
thank
to
you.
say.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And what do you think was the best thing of this program, of these lessons
Oh,
for
for
you?
me, it
Yeah.
really was the conjugation of the various verbs. You know, we introduced, you know, we tackled a lot of vocabulary, but it really was making sure that I understood when to use the pretérito
Mm-hmm. Sí.
versus imperfecto,
Sí, sí.
right? And even when I needed some additional support with the eso and esto and aquella or aquilla, right? Like what was in front of me versus this versus that versus there, in the stories. Like I appreciate how you had me to read the stories. Um, and then answer the questions to make sure that there was a comprehension piece. Like I understood the words, but I knew how the word was or the translation of the word,
Yeah.
but did I comprehend what was being said? And so those are the things that really helped me introducing the grammar, the conjugation, and making sure that there was a comprehension component with the language
Yeah.
acquisition
Yeah.
component.
Great, great. So yeah, we really focus on this approach of grammar to really use it, not just study it like we study math, but use it in daily
Mm-hmm.
conversation and every day. So my last question is, who would you recommend this program to, for you?
So for me, I'm a business professional, right? And I also do a lot of work in the community, and do a lot of outreach in the community. And so anyone who is looking to broaden their capacity on connecting with other groups and where they do work, right? Like the work that I do in the government, the work that I do in the education sector, you know, there's a growth that's happening in our community. So we need to know how to connect with individuals. So the business individuals, the senior business individuals, as I'm going to call myself.
Yeah.
I may look young. I'm in my 50s, right? So I
No,
haven't been in the
you
classroom
really
in a
look young,
while.
really young. Muy joven,
Oh,
muy
I'm in
joven.
my. Thank you. I am youthful, but I am in my 50s. And for me, learning the language later in life, it is a possibility, right? And so taking the opportunity as a business professional that says, hey, we still have a lot to give to the world, but why not make sure that we expand our toolbox and put that language in there? So for any business professional, that if you can carve out at least 4 hours to work with Nicholas and then dedicate a couple more minutes or seconds just to review, yeah,
Okay, okay.
I already know I'm hitting my
We,
goal. I'm hitting my goal.
Great, great. Really, I really appreciate that, Dolores. I really loved to work with you. You were, explained it to the student, the best student here. And now you have this great level of Spanish, and we will continue working until you speak like me, like a native.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
thank you really much, Dolores. Thank you very much for sharing here your experience. So finally, have a great day, or in Spanish, ten un buen día, Dolores. Y bueno, nos vemos
Gracias.
en clase. Muchas gracias.
Gracias mucho.
Chao, chao.
Gracias de nada.
Ok.
Chao.